for this first part, I'm going to be doing Volume 1. I'll probably be doing it in a multiple part series. Be sure to check out the next part. Let's go ahead and dive in. It's World of Warcraft Chronicles Volume 1. This picture is cool. It's a dude. I don't know who that is, but I bet we'll find out. Some of you may already know. I don't. The map. Very cool. I bet it's like an artist's wet dream to do some of these art. Like, oh my gosh, look at that. Obviously, if that's the work they want to go into. Written by Chris Metzen, Matt Burns, and Robert Brooks. Full color illustration by Peter C. Lee. And additional art by Joseph LeCroix. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing the last name correctly. Content, preface, introduction, cosmology, chapter 1, mythos, chapter 2, primordial Azeroth, chapter 3, ancient Kalimdor, and chapter 4, a new world 3. I know that's 100. I'm like, ducks. What's this? Okay. It's been amazing to watch the Warcraft universe grow and take shape over the past 20 years or so. What started out as a relatively simple game setting has become a lasting, vibrant world in its own right, and one that is visited daily by millions of players for all around the globe. Looks like this is a message from Chris Metzen. The world of Azeroth has been shaped by hundreds of craftsmen, designers, artists, and writers since its earliest inceptions. It is the product of many talents, hands, and many passionate voices, all bent towards creating a world enriched in detail, theme, and characterization that, well, you'd want to pull on your +6 boots of butt kicking and give you all to defend it. And give it your all to defend it. As the core of all that lies a real sense of history, the overarching story of Warcraft is a vast, intertwining patchwork of myths, legends, and world-shaking events that ultimately contextualize the players' heroic efforts in the ever-expanding world that they share. 20 years of storytelling, tens of thousands of moments, characters, races, and monsters, all forming dense strata of concept of ideas over time. The book, this chronicle, is meant to bring it all together and reinforce the overarching narrative that lies in Warcraft's heart. Writing this was an opportunity to unite the frayed stories' ends and smooth out the rough edges of the fictional history. Ultimately, the grand and super nerdy editorial undertaking gives us an amazing perspective on Warcraft's recurring themes and conflicts. How societies often clash before seeing a common humanity in each other. How earnest, well-intentioned heroes are often succumb to temptations of power. How failing to take responsibility for mistakes of the past can lead to calamity in the present. These are just a few of the motifs that form the common thread of Azeroth's great history. Expressed across desperate cultures, I don't think I'm saying that correctly, factions and individuals over mythic spans of time, cycles within cycles. It's from the top-down view that we can more clearly see the dangerous yet glorious horizons ahead. And even in the face of all of this history, I'm fairly certain that the adventure is only just beginning. Cute. Alright, so the introduction. I first encountered the world of Azeroth in the year of 2000. Blizzard Entertainment was looking for an author to turn the storyline of its Warcraft adventures Lord of the Clans into a novel. I had 6 weeks to write a book set in the world with which I was completely unfamiliar. Thanks to the unfailing support and enthusiasm of Chris Metzen, who was also reachable to answer such burning questions as what color is our blood? Or which color is Orc's blood? This 6 weeks laid in the groundwork for a business relationship that remains one of the constant joy, adventure, sheer fun, and magic. So in love with Azeroth was I after writing Lord of the Clans that I learned to play my first video game, World of Warcraft, mainly so that I could spend more time there. And soon, we are all going to get to visit Azeroth in another medium entirely, the realm of movies. In the meantime, I, like every other reader of the book, intend to sit down and curl up with the exhaustive and beautiful history of vividly imagined world that still manages to draw me in. Even though I played WoW almost since launch and written 8 novels sets within Azeroth's borders. Okay, mostly I went to Draenor for one of them. There's always something to learn, a new character to meet, and a new story to tell. It's like catching up with the old friend. May you feel the same. For Azeroth. That is from Christy Golden. And then we have one from Richard, oh, I'm gonna botch his last name. Knock? I don't feel like I pronounced the first K. When I was first asked to pen Tales for Warcraft, the game was already something of a phenomenon. But I don't think even those at the top of the Blizzard hierarchy expected the worldwide sensation that would create just a couple of years later. I've been fortunate enough to be there early on in the rise of Dragonlance, the legend of Huma? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It was the first novel not written by Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman, and I marveled at the legion of loyal fans and Gen Con and signings. I also had my own series, The Dragon Realm, with its share of dedicated followers, yet nothing compared to what I experienced when the novel Warcraft Days of the Dragon came out in 2001. The reaction wasn't immediate as it was huge. The appreciation of the readers came from every corner of the globe, a sign of just how dedicated the fan base for the Warcraft had already become. Over the past decades plus, I've seen the dedication continue to swell. Azeroth is the world so rich and real that it is no surprise that millions not only have enjoyed it, also have kept coming back. It's been a pleasure to be part of this phenomenon and to see the stories and characters added to Azeroth's already very full history, a history that continues to grow, and a history that is going to need a volume 2 before long. Maybe they will. Here's another little art piece they have. Introduction, Cosmology. Azeroth is but one small world in a vast universe, a realm filled with potent magics and mighty beings. Since the dawn of time, these forces have influenced Azeroth and been a surrounding cosmos, setting the stars in motion and shaping the destiny of countless worlds and mortal civilizations. dot, dot, dot. The cosmic forces, light and shadow. Light and shadow are the most fundamental forces in existence. Although contrary by their very nature, they are bound together on a cosmic scale. One cannot exist without the other. Pure light and shadow dwell in the realms outside of the border of reality, but shades of their presence are found in the physical universe. Light manifests as holy magic, while shadow, also referred to as the void, appears as shadow magic. Life and death. The forces of life and death hold sway over every living thing in the physical universe. The energies of life, known commonly as nature magic, promote growth and renewal in all things. Death, in the form of necromancy magic, acts of counterbalance to life. It is an unavoidable force that breaks despair to mortal hearts and pushes everything towards a state of entropic decay and inevitable oblivion. Order and disorder. The forces of order and disorder govern the cosmic systems of this physical universe. Order is most commonly perceived in reality as arcane magic. This type of energy is innately volatile, and wielding it requires intense precision and concentration. Controversially, disorder is manifested as highly destructive foul magic. This brutal and extremely addictive energy is fueled by the drawing life from living beings. The elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water serve as a basic building block of all nature in the physical universe. Shamanic culture have long sought to live in a harmony with or assert dominion over the elements. To do so, they call upon the primordial forces of spirit and decay. Those who seek to bring balance to the elements rely on spirit, sometimes referred to as the fifth element by shaman or shi by monks. This life-giving force interconnects and binds all things in existence as one. Decay is the tool of shamans seeking to subjugate and weaponize the elements themselves. Elemental duality. Many shamans' cultures have discovered that the elements can influence a variety of emotional states. For this reason, mortals often associate the elements with different feelings, both positive and negative. Fire's positive traits is passion, negative traits is fury. Earth's positive trait, stability, negative trait, stubbornness. Spirit, bravery, naive. Air, cunning, madness. Water, tranquility, and indecisiveness. Decay, efficiency, ruthlessness. Realms of existence. The Great Dark Beyond. The Great Dark Beyond represents the physical universe. It is an infinite living realm composed of innumerable stars, worlds, and more civilizations. Azeroth, the world of Warcraft, is merely one of the countless worlds drifting through the vast reaches of the Great Dark Beyond. The Twisting Nether. The Twisting Nether is an astral dimension that lies in a parallel with the Great Dark Beyond. The forces of the light and void bleed together as the boundaries of the Twisting Nether, engulfing this realm in perpetual strife. At times, the volatile magics that provide the Twisting Nethers intrude upon the physical universe, warping reality beyond measures. The Emerald Dream. The Emerald Dream is an ethereal realm of spirits and untamed nature that exists alongside the world of Azeroth. Incredible beings known as Keepers forge the Emerald Dream to act as a map for the evolutionary path of Azeroth's flora and fauna. The two realms are bound as one. As life ebbs and flows across the physical world and spiritual energies that saturate, the Emerald Dream keep pace with it. Although tied to the physical world, the Emerald Dream is a place that most mortals' minds would find alien and surreal. But some of those minds, by channeling druidic magic, can enter a state of dreaming and cautiously navigate the Emerald Dream. Their thoughts can also shape and influence portions of this verdant spirit realm, but the imprint that these dreamers leave behind is never prominent. In the dreamways, time and distance are mutable. Spirits flow like living winds through lush tracts of constantly shifting primordial woodlands. What appears tangible one moment becomes intangible the next. Seemingly impeccable landmarks transform in the blink of an eye. Bonk. The Shadowlands. Like the Emerald Dream, the Shadowlands are tangibly linked to the world of Azeroth. Yet whereby the Emerald Dream represents life, the Shadowlands represents death. They are nightmarish realms of decay, labyrinthine, spiritual plans teeming with souls of dead who have passed from the world of living. The origin of the Shadowlands remain uncertain, but they are existent ever since mortal life first arose in the physical universe. Many believe that the mortal souls are drawn into the dark places as the point of death, where they remain forever after. Still others hope that their souls will go on to a higher place, rather than languish for eternity within the cold confines of the Shadowlands. Denizen of the Cosmos. Void Lords. The Void Lords are the monstrous entities composed of pure shadow energies. These beings are cruel and merciless beyond mortal comprehension. Driven by the insatiable hunger, Void Lords seek to devour all matter and energy in the physical universe. In their natural state, the Void Lords exist outside reality. Only the most powerful of these entities can manifest in the physical universe, and only for a limited amount of time. To maintain their presence in reality, the Void Lords must consume untold amounts of matter and energy. Neru. The Neru are a benevolent creature of living holy energy. They are perhaps the purest expressions of light that exist in the great dark beyond. The Neru had vowed to bring peace and hope to all mortal civilizations and waylay the dark forces of the void that seek to engulf creation. Titans. The Titans are colossal godlike beings composed of primordial matter from which the universe was born. They roam to the cosmos like walking worlds, imbued with the raw power of creation itself. The Titans use their incredible force to find and awaken others of their kind, others who still slumber within the far corners of the Great Dark. The Burning Legion. The Burning Legion is the single most destructive force with the Great Dark beyond. Fallen Titan Sargeras created this vast demonic army to scour all creations. The Burning Legion moves from the world to world, decimating everything in its path and devastating fell magic. No one knows exactly how many worlds and mortal civilizations the demons have annihilated in their unholy burning crusade. The demons that fill the ranks of the Burning Legion are highly resilient. Their spirits are teethed to the twisting nether, making them extraordinarily difficult to destroy permanently. Even if a demon dies in the physical universe, its spirit will return to the twisting nethers and manifest in corporal form once again. To truly destroy a demon's spirit, the creature must be killed in the twisting nethers itself, in places where the volatile maelstrom bleed into mortal worlds, or in areas inundated with the burning legion's energies. Old gods. The old gods, a physical manifestation of the void. They are nightmare incarnates, mountains of blighted flesh and withering tentacles that grow like cancers within the world of the great dark. These malignant, I know the word, but I can never pronounce it correctly, entities serve the Void Lords, and they live only to transfer the world they infest into places of despair and death. Wild gods. The wild gods are primal manifestations of life and nature. They are creations of two realms. The wild, the gods inhabit the physical world of Azeroth, but their spirits are bound to the ethereal emerald world. Many wild gods appear in the forms of gargantuan animals such as wolves, bears, tigers, or birds. Elemental spirits. The elemental spirits are primitive and chaotic beings of fire, earth, air, or water. They were some of the first sentient creatures to inhabit the nascent world of the waking universe. The elemental spirits appear in an almost infinite variety of shapes and sizes. Each of these creatures has a distinguished personality and temperaments, traits that are heavily influenced by the spirit's elemental nature. The presence of the fifth element, spirit, also affects the disposition of these elemental beings. A world with an overabundance of spirit may give rise to native elements who are passive and lack physicality. Conversely, a world with too little spirit may birth elementals who are highly aggressive and incredibly destructive. Undead. The undead former mortals who are died and become trapped between life and death. These tragic beings derive power from the necromantic energies that pervade the universe. Most undead are driven by vengeance and hatred to destroy the one thing that they can never have again: life. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, chapter 1. Look at that shit. That is so cool. Origins. Before life began, before even the cosmos took shape, there was light, and there was void. Unfactored by the confines of time and space, the light swelled across all existence in the form of boundless prismatic sea. Great torrents of living energy flittered through the mirrored depths, their movement conjuring a sympathy of joy and hope. The oceans of life was a dynamic and ever-shifting, yet as it expanded, some of its energies faded and dimmed, leaving behind pockets of cold nothingness. From the absence of light in these spaces, a new power coalesced and came to be. This power was the Void, a dark vampiric force driven to devour all energies, to twist creation inward and to feed upon itself. The Void quickly grew and spread its influence, moving against the flowing waves of light. The mounting tension between these two opposing yet inseparable energies eventually ignited in a series of catastrophic explosions, rupturing the fabric of creation and birthing a new realm into existence. In that moment, the physical universe was born. The energies released by a clash of light and void raged across the nascent cosmos, raw matter merging and spinning into primordial worlds without number. For long epoch. This ever-expanding universe, the great dark beyond, boiled in the maelstrom of fire and magic. The most unstable energies coalesced into an astral dimension known as the twisting nethers. Light and void collided and bled together at the edges of this realm, throwing it into turmoil. Although tangentially linked to the great dark beyond, the twisting nethers existed outside the borders of the physical universe. Even so, the twisting nethers' volatile energies would occasionally tear through the veil of the great dark, flooding into reality and warping creation. The cataclysmic birth of the cosmos also flung shards of light throughout reality. These shards suffered the matter of Murad world with the spark of life, giving rise to the creation of wondrous and terrible diversity. The most common forms of life to appear were the elemental spirits, primordial beings of fire, water, earth, and air. These creations are native to nearly every physical world. Many of them reveled in the turmoil that held sway over the early ages of creation. Occasionally clouds of fractal lights gathered and gave shape to beings of far greater power, of far greater potential. Among these were the Naru, benevolent creatures composed of scintillating holy energies. When they gazed out across the immeasurable universe, they saw a realm of limitless possibilities. The Naru vowed to use their mastery over holy magic to spread hope and nature life wherever they could find it. Even more extraordinary than the Naru were the colossal Titans. These spirits, known as world souls, formed deep within the fiery core of a small number of worlds. For ages, these nascent Titans slumbered, their energies suffering the celestial bodies they inhabited. When the Titans finally awoke, they did so as living worlds. Cosmic winds howled across their gigantic forms, bodies shrouded in the cloak of stardust, skin crisscrossed with silvery mountain peaks, and oceans shimmering with latent magic. With eyes that shone like brilliant stars, they observed the fledgling cosmos and became enraptured by the mysteries. Whereas the Naru set out to safeguard life, the Titans embarked on a different journey. They wandered to the distant corners of the great dark, searching for others of their kind. This grand, far-reaching voyage would one day alter the course of creation and shape the destiny of living things. The Titans and the ordering of the universe. No one knows when or why the first Titan awoke, but legend holds that his name was Amon-Thal. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Though Amon-Thal was alone, he knew in his heart that others of his kind must exist. Thus he explored the world of the great dark beyond. Intent on finding more Titans, his quest was arduous and lonely, but it was ultimately fulfilling. In time he discovered other nascent worlds and souls. Amon-Thal lovingly nurtured these newfound kin and rose them from slumber. Those who had woken devoted themselves to his noble search. Amon-Thal and his siblings later became known as the Pantheon. They were benevolent by nature, creatures aligned with order and stability. The Pantheon possessed a nature infinity to the latent magic in the universe. Fully aware of their incredible power, they bound themselves to the code of temptation towards civilization they encountered, even those of the unruly elemental spirits. These titans of the Pathians came to realize that the orders were crucial to finding others of their kind. On each world they encountered, they employed techniques to ascertain whether a world soul was present. The Pantheons would first pacify the world's raging elemental population. Then they would reshape the world, forming great mountains, fathomless seas, and rolling skies. Lastly, the Titans would seed myriad life forming across the newly ordered world. In doing so, the Pathians hoped to call forth the world's souls and help bring it to maturity. Most of the time, however, the worlds visited by the Titans proved inert. Pathians vowed to maintain and protect all of these worlds, even those that did not contain a slumbering spirit. To do so, they empowered primitive life forms to uphold the integrity of their ordered worlds. These Pathians also embedded colossal machines in the surface of the worlds that they had shaped. Though these devices, the Titans could monitor their worlds and purge them of life should their evolutionary path succumb to disorder. To aid the Pathians, Amanthal called upon a mysterious race known as the Constellar. These celestial beings observed the many worlds ordered by the Titans, staying vigilant for the sign of instability. When it was necessary, the Constellars could initiate a fail-safe procedure to scour life from the world in the hopes of resetting its revolutionary process. Over the ages, the Pathian discovered fewer and fewer world souls, yet they remain undoubted. They knew that the universe was vast beyond measure, and even after approach of the exploring stars, they had only plumbed but a small corner of creation. Unbeknownst to the Titans, malign forces were also hard at work in the distant reaches of the Great Dark. So the Pathians were Amanthal, the higher of the Pathian, Segaris, the defenders, Agramar is the lieutenant. Ignar, I want to say. Kazgora is the shaper of the Forger of the Worlds, Norganon, and Galganon. If you guys want to post in the comments if I'm saying those names, I would not be upset at all. Alright. So I think I'll go ahead and end there. I was thinking I was probably only going to do these in short series, but I might end up making it a lot longer. But I'll see how it goes with time breathing. I just finished page 20, so I'll come back for the next video and we'll do 21 and go from there. If you guys have any feedback or any type of help on how to pronounce some of these names, definitely let me know. But thank you for tuning in. If you are not already subscribed on YouTube, definitely do so. Also, don't forget to check out many of my other social medias. Thank you for all your support.